Hello everybody, I'm Raphael Perry and it's time for some more Fighting Fantasy Classics. This time we return to the City of Thieves, where we have to find rather a lot of things if we're going to defeat the evil Zanbar Bone and save the little village nearby from his depredations. Now let's see if I can remember what they are, because they were not noted on the character sheet. In fact, there isn't a notes section on this character sheet. That's interesting. So let's see. It was bow and arrow, hag's eye, a black pearl, and the tattoo. That's a lot, right? Especially as we're already down by the docks in Port Blacksand, where all manner of ne'er-do-wells and scallywags and gadabouts are ready to prey upon us. Pity about the bottom of that being cut off there by the bar. It just goes jump across the bottom of the picture. See that fella running away. Right, okay, let's dive straight back in then. The street gradually starts to run downhill. The houses end at a tavern called the Black Lobster. Ah, the Black Lobster. The most famous tavern in all of Port Blacksand. And the street opens out onto a quayside. A stone jetty runs out to sea, and tied to it is an old galleon. It is flying the skull and crossbones and is probably one of the many pirate ships to that anchor. Pirate ships to that anchor? Yeah, probably one of the many pirate ships that anchor in Port Blacksand to offload their booty. Harbour Street turns right at the jetty and runs north parallel to the shore as far as you can see. We could walk down the jetty and climb aboard the ship, or north up Harbour Street. Let's step on board the ship. There might even be... Now, I think this adventure predates the whole Pirates of the Caribbean and the Curse of the Black Pearl thing, although the Curse of the Black Pearl was originally like a ride in Disneyland or something, but I think this still might predate that by a bit. But even so, it might be on this pirate ship. A rope ladder hangs down from the stern of the ship to the jetty. There's also a gangplank leading up the side of the ship. You can climb the rope ladder or the gangplank. I'm gonna go for the rope ladder because someone could kick the plank out from under us and it's a bit harder for them to get us off the ladder. You reach the top of the ladder and peer over the handrail to survey the ship's deck. There are two large masts rising into the air from the deck. Wooden boxes, barrels and coils of rope lie all around, and one of the ship's crew stands on guard at the top of the gangplank. In the centre of the deck there is a small cabin with an open door. Through the door you can see stairs leading down to the lower decks. If you wish to inspect any of the wooden boxes and barrels, you will have to deal with the pirate on guard, or you could try creeping along the side of the deck to the stairs. Well, we are playing sneaky scaring with his hood, so we are going to try and sneak. The stairs lead down into the ship's cargo hold. It is empty. Opposite you, a corridor leads from the hold to two closed doors. You walk along the corridor and listen at the doors. From the door on the left you can hear snoring. From the door on your right you can hear nothing. Now, sneaking into a room with a sleeping person might wake us up. Sleeping to a room without a sleeping person, maybe they could come in behind us, so I don't know if we're going to get to do both. And I think we want to go into a room with a sneaking person because it's a more dangerous opportunity. We should do that second, but if it's the only chance we get, we should do that now. Oh, look at... Oh, this is more than one snoring person. Yeah, this is a whole bevy of sleeping sailors. Asleep in their bunks are three pirates. Their room is small and contains only clothing and a few personal possessions. It looks as if the pirates have been drinking and gambling. So they're probably fairly sound asleep then. There is an uncorked bottle of rum, a mug and a pack of cards on top of the barrel in the centre of the room. You notice that one of the pirates is wearing a small leather pouch around his neck. We are playing sneaky scaring, and there's a small leather pouch. We could try and creep up and cut it loose or close the door. Sneaky scaring's gotta be sneaky. You edge forwards and try to sneak close enough to a pirate to rob him without waking any of them up. Time to test luck. Hey, well our luck was 12, we were guaranteed to pass that one. But luck should now be 11, and it is. Good. So I don't know what was causing luck to not be deducted last time. You managed to cut the pouch loose without waking the pirates. You tiptoe quickly out of the room and close the door. In the corridor, you open the pouch and find 6 black pearls! Again, 2 luck points. Well, that puts us back on 12, because we're not allowed to go above our initial score. But 6 black pearls? We only needed 1, but maybe 6 would be enough. I don't think we're going to find... We found something really useful on this ship. But yes, let's open the right-hand door where there's no one snoring. The door opens into a small room, in the centre of which stands a steaming hot tub of water. You can hide behind the door inside the room to see who is about to take a bath, or you could allow whoever this is their privacy. If we stand behind the door, the person comes in, closes the door, at which point we're rather visible. I think that's rather foolish, and it's probably a good time to leave, so let's close the door. And if you've not already done so, you may open the other door, or you can leave the ship and continue your search of Port Blacksand by walking north up Harbour Street, which sounds like the best idea at the moment. The street runs north along the quayside for a few hundred metres before arriving at a junction. You may continue north up Harbour Street or east along Clog Street. Well, for this playthrough I am using the Fighting Fantasy rules, so north on Harbour Street it is. The houses on the right hand side of the street are small and weather-beaten. Old women sit outside on the front steps, cleaning fish and mending fishing nets. They are large and jolly, talking to each other and frequently rolling about, bellowing with laughter. The fishermen do not appear to be at home. The street and the quayside come to an end at a great iron anchor. You could speak with these women or turn around and walk back towards the junction. Yeah, let's stop for a chat. I mean, just walking past, they might notice. If we stop for a bit of a chat, it'll be more normal, and if pirates come by later asking if they've seen anyone who might have stolen black pearls, we won't stand out that much as opposed to someone who just, like, legged it, you know, like, oh, people, run! The jolly fishwives' plump cheeks are as round and shiny as red apples. You ask if they own any of the items you need, but they all frown and shake their heads collectively. You're asking a bunch of middle-aged women if they have a hag's eye. Not good. Might get called cheeky, or worse. Then, one shares a piece of gossip. She tells you that there is a tale that hags have been disappearing down sewers to catch rats for their stew pots. However, she has never seen a hag herself. You decide to leave the ladies and then walk back to the junction and turn left into Clog Street. Well, that was useful. Clog Street is very narrow and lined with terraced cottages and the occasional shop. To your left you see what looks to be a small boy lying face down on the cobblestones, groaning loudly. A hood is pulled over his head and you cannot see his face. A wooden hoop and stick lie by his side. We can stop and help or walk on. I think this is a trap. I think this is some kind of goblin or shapeshifter. But let's try it anyway and find out. As you bend down to help the injured boy, he suddenly rolls over and you see the flashing blade of a dagger before your eyes. The boy is in fact a goblin thief and you must fight for your life. He is strong but not a good fighter. I told you. Alright, goblin. Let's see if you can really fight. We got an advantage of 3 here. Ha! Yeah, this goblin thief doesn't stand a chance. Unless he rolls really high like that. Okay. This ought to do it. Ooh, wait, 5, 3 different. Yes. There we go. And we're down to our last bundle of provisions, aren't we? Yes, we are. Okay, got to ration that carefully now. If you win, we absolutely did. The goblin's pockets contain 2 gold pieces, a clove of garlic, and some old knuckle bones. You add these items to your pack and head east along Clog Street. One of the shops to your left is a candle maker's. I told you I remembered a magical candle maker from this game. There are many different coloured candles burning in the window. Let us absolutely enter. If I recall correct, the candle maker has a magical scented candle that might put us to sleep, but we might be able to get something useful out of this place. Inside the shop, you see a tall, thin man with pointed ears and fair hair pouring hot wax from an iron pot into a mould. The candle maker is an elf. As he turns to you to speak, you notice his eyes, which are icy blue. For some reason, they appear very cold to you. He tells you that his coloured candles cost 1 gold piece each. You may buy as many as you wish. You know, let's purchase 1 coloured candle for 1 gold pieces. Yes, let's have 1. I don't believe I'm going to need more than 1. He then asks if you would like to see one of his magic candles in the back room. This is the trap. I think we go in, he lights a magic candle that puts us to sleep and steals all our money. So we would rather leave the shop and head eastwards along Clog Street. Further along the street on the left is another shop. A sign outside reads, Ben Borryman, Silversmith. Oh, this seems familiar. Yes, let's go in here. A man wearing an apron is sitting at a bench, busily polishing a silver goblet. There are several silver objects in a glass cupboard, secured by an iron grill at the back of the shop. What would you like to do? Talk to him? I'm not going to attack the man. Or leave... Well, I came in here. I might as well say hello. You ask Ben Borryman if he has any silver arrows for sale. He replies that he does not, but he will make one for you for the cost of 10 gold pieces. Well, we absolutely need this, so 1 silver arrowhead it is. You pay the smith at Silversmith and wait patiently while he makes a silver arrow for you. Finally, he presents you with it and assures you that it will be completely accurate in flight. This reminds me of the Giver of Sleep from the Warlock of Firetop Mountain. Same author, I think. Yeah, I think this is one of Ian's books. You thank him for his trouble and leave his shop. Outside, you set off east once again. We're still going to need a bow, though. You soon arrive at a junction. You wish to turn north into Tower Street or east into Stables Street. Fighting fantasy rule, we go north. Just ahead of you, 3 men are involved in a fight. The 2 younger men appear to be attacking an older man with iron bars. You can help him or avoid... Yeah, let's help out. You draw your sword and rush in to help the old man. He is lying on the ground and the other 2 men are beating him and trying to take his leather bag. You call out, "Oi!" and they turn to attack you. You notice lying on the ground, not laying on the ground. Some people misuse laying. Laying is a verb, lying is not. Anyway, right. Let's fight these 2 scoundrels. Oi! Robber! Leave it out, will you? Have some of that, you slag! You love it, you filthy scumbag! Right in the knackers! Go on, get him! Get him good! That's right. Skerrin's a right gutter scum, isn't he? For someone who claims to have slain a dragon, yeah, he's probably kidding. Probably didn't really do it. Have it! Hop it! Go on, get out of here! Ain't you an all, mate? Ooh, equal. This is gonna be rough. Might have to use a bit of luck in this one. It's a draw. It's a tie. Alright. Uh-oh. I'm gonna luck it. There we go. That was a lucky blow and much needed, because our Scarin here is not the best of warriors. In fact, let's just eat that now. There we go. And then maybe, just maybe, we can get some more along our journey. We have successfully prevailed in our charitable deed. You walk over to the old man and help him to his feet. He is very grateful and offers to buy you a drink at a nearby tavern. Alright, yeah, let's do that. We might even get some information out of him. You follow the old man through the swinging doors of the Hog and Frog Tavern. He tells you to sit down at a small table in the corner while he shuffles over to the bar to buy the drinks. There are several shifty-looking characters sitting at nearby tables, but they do not seem interested in you. Soon, the old man comes back to the table, carrying 2 wooden mugs filled to the brim with cider. Once seated, he opens his leather bag and places 2 small pots on the table. He opens one and rubs the white cream in the pot on his wounds. He smiles and tells you that he is a chemist by trade and that you should rub some of the cream on your wounds too. You take his advice and are surprised to feel the healing effect of the cream working quickly. You gain 5 stamina points. That should put us back on full. After a short chat over your drinks, you say goodbye to the chemist and leave the tavern and head north. Full health indeed. Wonderful! Tower Street takes a sharp turn to the right, going east between tall buildings. An iron bridge crosses overhead between 2 of the buildings, and you see movement on it. Small, cloaked people carrying laden sacks between the buildings, apparently in a great hurry. Oi! What are you lot doing up there? Yeah, let's have a go. One of the small people stops and looks down at you. He mistakes you for a town guard and calls out to his accomplice to run for cover. Then he points a short crossbow at you and fires a bolt. Flippin' heck, man. Well, got lucky there. Yeah, down to 10 luck now, though. You dive to avoid the aim of the crossbow and the bolt thuds into the ground at your feet, narrowly missing. Your would-be attacker curses before running into the building on your left. There does not appear to be an easy way to catch him, so you walk under the bridge and continue east. I feel like I shouldn't have bothered now. Tower Street ends at a junction where it meets Stable Street running north and south. You decide to head north, because south will be back exploring the other option that was available to us. We might have missed a sewer entrance on Stable Street then. To your left, you see a large wooden barn set back into the houses. 2 horses are tied to a post beside the barn, and the smoke rises from a crooked chimney on top of its low, flat roof. You may walk through the barn doors, well, might as well, they're open. You soon realise that you're in a stable when you see a large, bare-chested man wearing a grubby white apron busy at work at an open fire. He takes a red-hot iron bar from the fire with his gloved hand and starts to hammer it into the shape of a horseshoe on his anvil. Sweat pours from his brow as he twirls with the hammer. We could wish to make conversation with Blacksmith. We're not going to attack him. Well, came in here. Might as well do something instead of just leaving. The blacksmith removes his gloves and wipes his hands on his apron before asking you what you want. You answer by asking if he makes anything besides horseshoes. He replies that in his spare time he enjoys making chainmail coats. In fact, it has become quite a profitable sideline of his, especially in a place like Port Blacksand. He tells you in great detail of the skill and labour that goes into making one, and finally inquires if you're interested in buying one. They are not cheap. But you know what? This is a dangerous place, so yes, why not? And we do have plenty of money, although considerably less money now. I don't know, 33 gold is still quite a bit. The blacksmith takes your money and walks over to some bales of hay in the corner. He lifts one up, and underneath it you see the chainmail coat. He turns to you and says, "You have to hide everything in this place. You can't trust anybody." The coat fits perfectly and its workmanship is excellent. While wearing it, you gain 2 skill points. Now, these should add above and beyond for a total of 10. I see a +2 up here, so that's good. You leave the stables with your new armour and continue north. Grand. Now, it might feel odd that the armour allows us to fight more aggressively, but in a way, we can now be less cautious because of the added safety of the armor, so we can fight a little more aggressively. Coming towards you as fast as he is able to is a man in tattered rags with a ball and chain attached to his leg. He is exhausted and collapses into your arms. His face is dirty and unshaven. With great difficulty he manages to speak, saying, "Please cut me free. The town guards are not far behind me. I've been locked in a dungeon for 2 years, but managed to tunnel my way out. I was robbed and unable to pay my taxes, so Lord Azur ordered I should be jailed for 5 years. Please help me." Further up the street you hear shouting voices and then armed men come into view. Well, if they can see us cutting him free, that's not going to go well for us. And if we let him go, he's going to have to run, so there's not much we can get out of it anyway, apart from maybe help later on. Let's be... Hang on, we're playing Sneaky Scarin here. Look at that mean face. Yeah, alright, let's turn him into the guards. The guards are pleased that you have caught their wanted man. They tell you that he is an escaped murderer. The chief guard hands you 5 gold pieces, saying, "Here's your reward, but you won't be getting another one. You won't escape again." You watch for a short while as they lead the shouting man away before continuing north along Stable Street. Was he just someone who hadn't paid his taxes? Was he a murderer? We'll never know, but at least we didn't get into trouble over it. On the right-hand side, the houses are separated from the street by a wooden fence with shrubs, trees, bushes and flowers behind it. There is a turnstile in the middle of the fence, by the side, with a sign reading "Public Gardens, entry fee 1 gold piece." Oh, this is familiar. Yeah, let's go into the gardens. Oh, yes. Yes. Look at this. This magnificent topiary. Got a lion here, some kind of great cat. We've got recognizable runes around the edge of a fountain. That is, not all recognizable, but many. Do not, pick flowers. I suppose it could be just a flower. Do not pick flowers. Yes, do not pick the flowers. And there's a butterfly there. And some flowers in this basin. Okay. You place the coin in the slot and walk through the turnstile. Although the flowers and shrubs are not outstanding, you are nevertheless surprised that such a place exists in Port Blacksand. The gardens are not very large, extending back some 60 metres to where some houses back onto them. There are 2 paths to follow, one of which runs around the edge of the gardens and one that leads directly into the centre. Where there is some topiary, each shrub has been cut into the shape of an animal, and you decide to take a closer look. The path leads into a small paved area surrounded by the animal-shaped shrubs. In the middle there is a stone plinth upon which sits a large earthen bowl containing lotus flowers. There is a painted sign which reads, "Do not pick the flowers." The gardener is nowhere to be seen, and there is no one else about. I can't remember if we need a lotus flower. I may have forgotten. I knew there was something. I do know that if we pick a flower, the animals will attack. That is the animal bushes. But let's do it because I can't remember if we need it. And we're playing Sneaky Scarin, who thinks he's a clever thief. As soon as you pluck one of the flowers, you hear the noise of rustling leaves. 3 of the animal-shaped hedges have uprooted themselves and are closing in on you. We do not have a ring of fire. Not at all. You draw your sword to defend yourself against the advancing leaf beasts. They all attack at once, seemingly trying to crush and smother you. Oh, they're just doing it as a combined monster, okay. Oh, actually took a bit of damage that time. Oh no. We hit the leaf beasts, let's try and hit them again. That's more like it. They do not pose a mighty threat to a man with a magical sword and a coat of fine mail. The things that were once leaf beasts now merely resemble the products of an autumn afternoon's raking. You blimey, really? Oh, they're at least in piles then. You run back to the turnstile, still clutching the lotus, and make your getaway into Stable Street. The street ends at a junction with Mill Street, which runs east and west along the city wall. Looking east, you see a group of town guards marching towards you and decide to walk quickly west along Mill Street. On your left, you see a narrow lane, and ahead of you, a young lad comes towards you, pushing a barrow laden with fruit. Yeah, let's buy some fruit from a barrow boy. The boy puts down his barrow and asks what you would like to buy. He recommends his plums, as they are particularly refreshing. Bag of plums, absolutely. The plums are sweet and juicy and taste delicious. You gain 1 stamina point. You wipe your mouth with the back of your hand and continue west. Oh, I remember this picture. The 2 troll guards, town guards, do not have to be human in Port Blacksand. And in fact, entire units of troll guards appeared in the later advanced fighting fantasy stuff. Walking towards you along the street are 2 huge guards wearing the black uniform of Lord Azur. As they get closer, you see that they are trolls, brutal mercenaries employed by Lord Azur as elite imperial guards. To your right, there is a tree which reaches almost to the top of the city wall. We could try and walk past the trolls or climb the tree in order to get over the wall. Look, if troll guards see us climbing a tree, they're going to suspect something's bad, so let's walk towards them. You try to walk nonchalantly past the trolls, but they suspect something odd about you and call you over to them. Oi! Over here, mush! They ask you where you live, and you reply that you are in Port Blacksand on a trading mission. They laugh scornfully and ask to see your pass. Do you have a merchant's pass? No, this is going to be troublesome. The larger of the 2 trolls tells you that you are under arrest for being in Port Blacksand without authorization. He tells you that he is feeling generous, however, and offers you a choice. You can pay a fine of all the gold in your backpack and be thrown out of the city, or spend a year with the rats and cockroaches in a dirty dungeon cell. The other troll bursts out laughing, saying, "Generous? Ha 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 ha! Oh, Sour-belly, you've got such a great sense of humour." We can pay the fine to be thrown out of the city. No! No, God, no! We have items we need to find for our quest. It's time to resist arrest. I ain't done nothing. You can't prove it. You draw your sword and stand ready to fight the trolls. They seem pleased that you're going to give them a chance to practice their beloved sport of killing humans, and advance towards you swinging their battle axes. Sour-belly snarls and says, "Stand back, fat nose. Let me deal with this dog alone." Oh, that Sour-belly is a mighty fighter. We might have to use some luck here. We're doing alright so far. Gotta blow in. Can we? Uh-oh. That's bad. Alright. Alright. I mean, he's a mighty... He's a blooming troll, you know. He's gonna put up one hell of a fight. Oh, don't tell me we're gonna perish here. Oh, man. These dice. Aha! Thing is, there's still Flatnose to come after Sour-belly. I think we're going to have to luck it soon. Okay. This one, if we will. No. Ow. Okay. Damn it. I want to luck it to take less damage. Yep. Oh, bugger! This is what happens for not being able to get that merchant's pass, I suppose. Oof! That's a draw. And another draw! Wow. I kind of want to start playing the Way of the Tiger books again now. They were great as well. Ah! And I'm gonna luck it! Luck you, you troll! Uh-oh. Didn't hit him so hard. But... Ha! Double six! One more round. Oh, bugger! Make that 2. Sour-belly's putting up quite a fight. Flippin' heck, I'm gonna have to luck that. Oh yes! Sour-belly falls. And now there's Fat Nose to deal with. Once you've defeated Sour-belly, you must stand and fight Fat Nose. Do I have any healing items at all? Not even remotely. Okay. Fat Nose roars at you and charges forwards. You raise your sword to defend yourself and probably die. He's not such a good fighter, but I did get a nasty hiccup then. Okay. Ooh, got him. Might just pull through this one after all. Flippin' heck, that's going to be a draw, I think. Yep. Righty, Nora, here we go. You are a nasty, horrible troll, and you will kill me if I'm not really lucky. And you've got a fat nose. I'm gonna try and luck it. Luck! Ow! Got hit harder. Alright. All or nothing now on these next couple of rolls. That's gonna be a draw. It's getting tense here. Ha! Right. And the last chance, yes! Oh, yes! Oh. I mean, wow, down to 2 stamina. That's pretty bad. Oh well. Your fight appears to have attracted a group of onlookers. Some of the beggars even cheered when you cut down old Sour-belly. But you notice that one sly-looking character sloped off with the obvious intention of finding more guards. It seems dangerous for you to stay here any longer, so you run off west along Mill Street. Uh-oh. He's running as well. Okay, has he just nicked our money? Is he going to hand it off to the bloke on the cart to drive off? I don't know, that's a lot of hay. Behind you comes the sound of running feet. You look around and see a group of town guards chasing after you. As you stop to think whether to run next, a boy runs out of the house and shouts, "Follow me!" You have no better plan in mind, so you run after him. The boy races down to the bottom of Mill Street and turns left into Goose Street. He stops at a cart laden with hay and starts to talk frantically with a kindly-faced old man, saying, "Uncle! Uncle! This brave person killed Sour-belly! We must help him escape!" The old man speaks calmly to the boy, saying, "Indeed, we owe our friend a favour. Quick, jump into the cart." You climb into the cart and cover yourself with hay. You lie completely motionless as you hear the running guards approach. They stop to speak to the old thatcher, but he sends them running off down Goose Street. After you are gone, he whispers to you that he will take you to safety. You hear him climb onto the cart and urge his horse faster into a slow trot. The cart bounces noisily along the cobbled street until you feel comfortable in the hay. The cart stops a few times and you hear questioning voices. After half an hour later, the cart stops again and the thatcher calls out, Now you can come out now." You poke your head out of the hay and are surprised to see that you are on the edge of a wood. To the west, you see the daunting shape of Port Blacksand, and we have failed in our mission. Do you have all the necessary items required to slay the Night Prince? The unicorn sun tattoo, the silver arrow, the lotus flower, the hag's hair, and a black pearl. You know, we're only 2 items short, but sadly we are missing some of these items. It would be extremely dangerous for you to enter Port Blacksand again, especially as many of the town guards would recognize you. There is nothing else you can do but make a long walk back to Silverton and report that you have failed in your mission. The end. Well, at least it was a soft auto-kill and not a hard auto-kill. That was rough. And I remember that sound from some of Tin Man Games' other solo adventures. Right. Whew. Well, I think it's time to take a break. I'm not sure which one I'll go for next. I mean, we've done Forest of Doom, Island of the Lizard King, City of Thieves. I think probably Warlock of Firetop Mountain or Death Trap Dungeon next. I still want to do Caverns of Snow Witch. Since 1, 2, I mean, I could just go along the line and go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't know. Yeah, why not let me know in the comment section down below which book you'd like to see me try next, if you have any preferences. But for now, I'll wrap up this one. I hope you all enjoyed this episode, and I'll look forward to seeing you all in the next one. I'll say bye-bye for now, and cheerio!